So what perspective are you taking on Christmas this year? Are you a happy Christmas person or a happy holidays person? Do you put up a Christmas tree in your home or a holiday tree? Do you think it matters? Do you do both? Well, there's a so-called war on Christmas. And at the silly season, every year, we have people come out and talk about this war on Christmas. I want to put the war on Christmas into a little perspective. What people mean when they say there's a war on Christmas is that somehow they feel persecuted. They feel that they don't have the right, the freedom to experience Christmas in their way. Well, let me put that sentiment into a little bit of perspective. The church that I used to run in Auckland, New Zealand, has a provocative habit of putting a giant billboard out the front of its church every Christmas time. Last year was the picture of Mary and Joseph lying in bed, and the caption that read, "Poor Joseph, God is a hard act to follow." Now, some of you are laughing, some of you are offended. That's pretty much true for the population of Auckland as well. Those who were offended were really offended. That sign was torn down 3 or 4 times last Christmas and put back up again. People camped outside the sign to protest it. Now, this year they tried to top it. This year, the large billboard out the front of St. Matthew's Church in Auckland has a picture of a shocked-looking Mary with a hand over her mouth holding a positive pregnancy test. No words were needed. Now, as you can imagine, this billboard once again divided the population of Auckland. Some people found it liberating. They thought the Christmas story, in its essence, is a historical story about a woman who would have been shocked, with all sorts of mixtures of human emotions, like everyone is when they find out that they're pregnant. And the other half of the community, offended, devastated, protesting this sign, vandalizing it. Christians vandalizing a billboard because they're offended. Now, you can have whatever opinion you want about the signs. That's not my point here today. My point is that I have not yet seen in America anything that even comes close to that in-your-face billboard in Auckland. Is there really a war on Christmas in America? Is anyone really saying that you can't celebrate Christmas the way you want to celebrate Christmas or the holidays in America? Don't you think we need to get real at this point? But let's take it a step further than Auckland, New Zealand. Let's go to Saudi Arabia, where if you're an expat and you want to send a Christmas card, you have to get below the counter in only a handful of stores to buy your Christmas card. And you can find just a handful of stores in Saudi Arabia where you can buy a fake Christmas tree. And recently, a shipment of Christmas trees from Holland was stopped at the airport in Saudi Arabia, hacked up and sent back. Now, can we really talk about a war on Christmas in America? When you think about the freedoms that we have, that we enjoy, to me, it is disingenuous to speak about a war on Christmas in a country where we all have the freedom, even alongside each other, even neighbor to neighbor, to celebrate Christmas in whatever way has meaning for us. There is no war on Christmas. Just a country trying to come to terms with diversity. It's said that within 10 years, America will be a majority-minority community. And you stop and think about that. That is incredible. A majority-minority community within 10 years. Now, I don't know about you, but I celebrate that fact. I don't imagine for a second that it's going to be easy for all Americans. I don't imagine that for a second that there won't be some anxiety about this evolution of multiculturalism in America. But like it or not, in 10 years' time, we will be celebrating Christmas, the holidays, and all sorts of other religious traditions alongside each other, whether we like it or not. No one's going to be stopping us. There is no war on Christmas in America. Heard a beautiful story. A couple of years ago, a family had a Russian rabbi on a cultural exchange program come to stay with them. And it was just over the Christmas period. They wanted to celebrate, so they went out and gave this rabbi a traditional Jewish Christmas at the local Chinese restaurant. So they enjoy their Chinese meal together. At the end of the meal, the waiter brings the bill, and with the bill, there's a little brass Christmas tree ornament for everyone at the table. Someone picks up the ornament, looks underneath, and says, "Oh, look at this. They're made in India." And they all start laughing. Except the rabbi. The rabbi quietly weeps in his seat. Now, they're devastated. They assume that he's weeping because he's been offended by all the focus on Christmas. But he says, no, that's not it. These are tears of joy that I am in this wonderful place where a Buddhist can give a Jew a Christmas gift made by a Hindu. That's the wonderful freedom that we enjoy in America and in Auckland, New Zealand, and Sydney, Australia, and in England. This is the freedom that we enjoy to celebrate Christmas in a way that is meaningful to us, or to not celebrate Christmas at all. Now, I don't know about you, but I will not hear that there is a war on Christmas in America. It is sensationalism. It's attention-seeking behavior that we wouldn't accept from a child. We shouldn't hear it from the media